Hey, listen, so on the mortgage broker side of you still do that though, right?
Oh yeah, every day. Yes, sir.
I said broker, it's banker.
But no difference. I help families get into mortgages. I help people realize the dream of home ownership and then understand that they can reorganize their debt. Like right now, there's a lot of families who are struggling because, as you've probably heard, credit card debt is at an all-time high. Yeah. At the end of January, a report came out that said that America had $1.21 trillion in credit card debt. It's never been that high.
No.
And if you take a look from the pandemic to now, it's almost like a hockey stick. It's just through the roof. And I think the reason that is because people are hesitant to refinance out of their low-rate mortgages they locked down during the pandemic.
Yeah.
So they'll say things to me, Phil, like, well, you know, I'm rate sensitive, so I'm not going to refinance at a greater rate. But I almost challenge that, Phil, respectfully to say, how rate sensitive are you really if you've maxed out a credit card at 31%?
Yeah.
Like once you owe it, it's up to you to figure out how to pay it back. And not only is the interest rate you have on a credit card astronomically high, but the interest you pay on a credit card is not tax deductible, whereas the interest you pay on a mortgage is. So if you could get a cheaper payment and a greater tax deduction, improve your credit score, give yourself more room on that credit card in case something disastrous happens, and lower your monthly payments in the process, how do you lose? But a lot of families just don't really understand that, and they're just taught to think, well, I got a great rate on the mortgage, I need to leave that alone. But it's impeding their ability to take their kids to the movies or go get ice cream or just life.
So you've actually done this for a bit. I can tell by the way you verbalize it. It
Sure.
comes right on out. And I guess, too, let me ask you this, because I'm going to chase a rabbit for a second. We all watched the economy over the last 4 years, just the cycles of just craziness, 40-year high inflation. COVID pandemic set the rates low, trying to get the economy back, stimulation money being thrown in. Just it was madness.
Yes.
It was cats and dogs living together. It was all of it. Are you seeing people returning to the table, though? I mean, that conversation you said you can have with people on a regular basis. I do a lot of real estate law.
Mm-hmm.
You do the other side of it. You're the
Yes.
lender side. Are you seeing people coming back to the table, so to speak?
A little bit. I mean, the people who are in a bad place or life has dictated that they need to make a move.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, maybe there's a divorce or a loved one passes away or there's an empty nester or someone retires or they lose their job. Those are the type of people who are making moves right now. But people are still buying houses. People are starting a new career and they're excited to have a fresh new start in a new town or a new market. And their life has dictated that they have to buy something else. But I look at here locally, you think about Huntsville, Alabama. There's over 500 jobs that have been announced, and there's rumors it's more, that will be coming from the FBI down to Huntsville. I mean, Kash Patel was just there last week saying we hope to bring a lot more than just those 500 jobs. Well, that means there's 500 families, moms and dads, usually a two-family income or two-income household. They've now got to relocate their whole life to Huntsville, Alabama. Now, you and I know Huntsville's awesome, but this wasn't anybody in D.C.'s original plan. No. Like they have jobs, like probably only one of those people work for the FBI, but the other person has a job there.
They're also going to find out they can buy a lot more house here than they can in D.C.
Absolutely.
But some of them never owned a house, and now they'll be able to.
But are people going to rush to buy their existing house in D.C.? See, that's the problem is they've got to sell a house there at the same time everybody else is leaving D.C., so now there's more inventory than ever before. Are they going to be upside down? Yes, their dollar goes further in Huntsville than it does D.C., but if they've still got a mortgage hanging around up there, boy, it's a real challenge. So we've got to get some sort of relief with interest rates. I believe this firmly. As interest rates go, so does the economy. Yeah. You know, if we can get real estate moving again, our economy will fix itself. So much of what our economy in America is based on is our single biggest asset. And for most families, that's their house. And so they're not really putting that big asset into play. The economy isn't at full scale. So I think there's pent up. Think about if you had a crank and a water hose. That's what we've got right now. Yeah. You've got a ton of folks who want to buy another home. Their current home no longer suits their needs, but they're not going to let go of this great rate. And they know that home sales are slowing. I mean, there's more listings on the market. There's more inventory than there's been in a while. But by the time, we unkink that hose with low interest rates, we're going to be back in a 2020 situation where we have more buyers than we have inventory. Those prices will come back. So I do think now, if you're a savvy investor or if you're willing to see what's coming, interest rate relief will be there. You can still get great deals on homes right now. If you wait until the rates are better, you will have missed it. I mean, you remember how crazy that was? Multiple offers the same day. It was bananas.
We were doing 5, 6, 7 closings a week in my small firm, and it was in a market, by the way, where I'm at right now that is not Huntsville, Alabama,
right?
Which is not a depressed market by any stretch, but the refinance especially was going through the roof with the rates.
Yes.
All right, so let me ask you this: I can hear the passion in your voice. It's obvious you love what you do and you're a professional at what you do. Which one's more fun, this or the podcasting wrestling side of your life?
Well, listen, that's hard to answer.
Just me and you talking. Which one's more fun?
The figuring out how to structure a deal is fun. Laughing and cutting up with my buddies, telling inappropriate jokes to make people laugh about old wrestling stories, that is more fun.
Yeah.
But there's nothing more rewarding than feeling like you had a meaningful impact on someone's life.
Yep.
And I realized that we can do that with the mortgage business. I mean, I routinely help people experience, a $1,500 a month savings. I mean, that's like they had a second really nice part-time job, because that's like net dollars. So think about how much you would have to earn in order to bring home $1,500. Like, that allows families to do more for their kids, for their moms, for their dads, be more, active in their community. Just relief and peace of mind. That's what it's about.